Throughout the centuries, mystical figures, renowned alchemists and visionaries such as Giordano Bruno, they were violently silenced, burned at the stake, or exiled, simply for trying to reveal a secret, with a power so immense that it challenged any established dogma. Your mind governs everything. Those who held power knew something that religious institutions, monarchs, and even conventional science fought hard to keep in the dark. You are not a victim of the circumstances of the world. You are, in essence, its creator. In this video, we're going to unearthing the metaphysical mysteries that have been hidden in ancient manuscripts and that are now confirmed by the forefront of modern science. We are going to show you the truth that they would rather you ignore, and we will teach you how to awaken that creator that lives within you. I ask you to stay with me until the end, because you will understand the reasons why it was preferred to burn books and bodies rather than allow this information to spread. And you will learn how you can use that same power for your own benefit today. Don't think for a second that it's a coincidence you're hearing these words right now. Synchronicity has guided this message to your ears. Therefore, if you feel ready to look beyond the veil, to question everything you've been taught, and to finally embrace your power, this is your moment. If you're ready to claim your mental sovereignty, subscribe to the channel right now. Do it so you don't miss any of these revelations that are designed to change your frequency forever. Before we dive into the first secret, it's important to mention a man who in modern times touched upon these same truths, Dr. Jacobo Grinberg. Just like the ancient ones who were persecuted, Grinberg proposed that our reality is a creation of the interaction between our mind and an infinite informational matrix. He understood that what we call matter is only the result of how our consciousness processes energy. His mysterious disappearance reminds us that even today, the study of the power of the mind over reality remains a territory that many prefer to keep under lock and key. But his legacy lives on in what we are about to explore. Let's begin with the first mystery, the one that the ancients most feared would be discovered. The universe is mental. Humanity? What does humanity mean? It is mental. The mind acts as the supreme architect of all that exists. Try to imagine this for a moment. The stars that twinkle in the vastness of the sky. Your own body performing the act of breathing right now. Humanity? How about humanity? What are you experiencing? Does existence mean nothing to humanity? Without a mind, that is. That is why the ancient Hermetists, who were the keepers of age-old secrets, already proclaimed it firmly in the Corpus Hermeticum. All is mind, the universe is mental. You must understand that this is not a poetic phrase, it is a fundamental law of existence. And the most fascinating thing is that contemporary science is confirming this view. The famous double-slit experiment is irrefutable proof that your observation alters the behavior of matter. Particles behave as waves or as solids depending exclusively on who is observing them. This directly implies that reality is not something static or fixed, but that it is out there. It is actually shaped by you. But then the question arises, if the mind is the creator of reality, then why does your life sometimes seem like a whirlwind of chaos out of control? The answer is that it's not a matter of fate or bad luck. It's because there is a latent and hidden force within you, a power that was buried under dense layers of fear and illusion. The Gnostics, who suffered brutal persecution for spreading these truths, believed that the world you perceive with your senses is just a faint shadow of something much greater. They understood that human consciousness is not a prisoner of the flesh, but the true architect of everything that comes into existence. What your eyes perceive is only a tiny fraction of an infinity that your mind is capable of reaching. Reflect on the following. Alchemists, like the great Paracelsus, did not devote their lives simply to trying to transmute lead into physical gold out of greed. That quest was actually a metaphor for the process of elevating consciousness. They were certain that the universe works like a mental mirror, faithfully reflecting whatever you hold with conviction inside yourself. In ancient Egypt, the priests of the god Thoth taught that what is below is like what is above, an immortal truth from the Emerald Tablet, which establishes a direct link between your inner world and the entire cosmos. Everything you see around you began as a simple thought, a vibration born in the universal mind. And here lies the secret they tried so hard to suppress. You are not simply living inside the universe. The universe is living and expressing itself through you. The Rosicrucians, those guardians of hidden wisdom, wrote that the visible always arises from the invisible, and that the will of the mind is the master key to exercising dominion over matter. However, the vast majority of us were systematically taught to doubt that power. We are trained to believe that we are small, fragmented, and powerless beings. That is the great lie they sold us, and for which the powerful were willing to burn people alive to protect their deception. But now science steps forward. Quantum physics shows us that reality is, in essence, a field of infinite possibilities and not a prison of solid matter. Carl Jung, the genius of depth psychology, claimed that what you believe deep inside inevitably projects outward. What we usually call the real world is just a screen where your mind paints. The Sufis, while dancing in their states of ecstasy, were already aware of this. Reality responds to the rhythm of your consciousness, not to the arbitrary rules they tried to impose on you. So, why doesn't your life yet reflect what you desire so much? It's because there is a filter within you that very few people are able to perceive. The transcript we're exploring today talks to us about a structure imposed on consciousness, a veil that mystics of all ages have tried to tear. That veil is not an external obstacle. It lives in your own mind, fueled by the beliefs you accepted as truths without even questioning them. But I have good news for you. You have the ability to dissolve it. And that whole process begins by understanding the following secret. Stay with me, because if we accept that the universe is mental, then there is a silent force operating within you that is shaping every aspect of your environment, often without you even realizing it exists. The ancients called it the guardian of destiny, and it operates in the deepest shadows of your own mind. Let's explore that darkness now to learn how to regain control. Your subconscious acts as an unseen master, pulling the strings of your life while you believe you're in control. Modern science reveals something astonishing. 95% of your daily decisions, thoughts, and emotions come from that hidden part of your mind, octrine, not from your conscious will. The Gnostics, in their forbidden texts like the Gospel of Philip, were already aware of this. They wisely said that those who do not know their own shadow are inevitably doomed to live in it. This clearly means that your destiny is not a work of chance, but the result of beliefs that were planted in you, often without you realizing that something was being sown. Think about this carefully. Since you were a child, you were programmed. Words from your parents, from your teachers, religious dogmas that were imposed on you, all of that took root in your subconscious like seeds that sprout and grow without you seeing them. The Templars, in their most secret writings, warned that society was specifically designed to keep us in a kind of mental servitude, limiting our intrinsic power of creation. Louis-Claude de Saint-Martin, a prominent occultist of the 18th century, wrote that the greatest trick of the adversary does not lie in physical oppression, but in the imposition of false beliefs that we end up accepting as if they were our own. And those same beliefs are the ones shaping your reality at this very moment. The alchemists called the subconscious the black dragon, a shadowy force that needs to be transmuted in order to reach the philosopher's stone, that is, absolute awakening. In a transcription of Paracelsus, we read, "Disease does not originate in the body, but in the spirit." The cure does not come from the flesh, but from the mind. If you firmly believe in scarcity, your subconscious will take care of projecting scarcity into your world. If you believe in abundance, it will attract abundance to you. It works like an invisible filter that decides what manifests in your life, and most of us don't even suspect that this filter is operating 24 hours a day. Now, reprogramming this black dragon doesn't happen overnight. It requires you to feed your mind with a different frequency. And let's be honest, sometimes it can feel like a chore to start reading huge volumes of metaphysics while you're trying to figure out why toast always falls on the buttered side. Little mysteries of the universe, right? That's why a natural and profound way to change that invisible master is through conscious listening. Audible gives you the opportunity to immerse yourself in this knowledge while you go about your daily life, allowing these truths to penetrate your subconscious without resistance. If you use the link in the description, you get a 30-day free trial. It's a persuasive and very real way to start cultivating that mental wealth the Rosicrucians talked about, integrating learning organically into the fabric of your life. But there is hope, and it's a hope based on the very structure of your brain. The subconscious can be completely reprogrammed. The Rosicrucians taught with conviction that those who cultivate wealth in the field of the mind will inevitably see it flourish in their physical life. This is not magic in the fanciful sense of the word. It's a mechanism. Neuroplasticity, recently discovered by mainstream science. It proves irrefutably that your brain physically changes with every new thought and every new experience you choose to embrace. Imagine that for a second. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that your brain can't distinguish between a real experience and one you vividly imagined. If you manage to feel the reality you desire in this very moment, your subconscious will start to build it as if it were already a done deal. The Sufis, like the great poet Rumi, knew this centuries ago. He wrote, "You were born with wings, but you were taught to crawl." They use visualization and sacred poetry to awaken that inner power, aligning the subconscious with the essence of the divine. In the Vedic tradition, the Bhagavad Gita states, "A man is made of his faith. Whatever he believes, that is what he is." What you believe deep in your soul is creating your outer world, and many times these are beliefs you didn't even consciously choose. So how can we change that? The mystics had precise methods. Affirmations repeated in states of deep relaxation. Visualization so vivid that they made the desire feel real, and constant meditation to access the subconscious in its purest form. The alchemists proposed, for their part, performing rituals full of symbolism to burn away old beliefs and plant new ones. The transcript we are analyzing talks precisely about this. Rejecting negative influences and planting clear intentions is a process of deep cleansing. And here lies the final secret of this stage. The subconscious does not judge, it simply obeys. If you feed it with the poison of fear, it will give you fearful situations in return. But if you fill it with certainty, it will deliver miracles to you. The great initiates, from the Templars to the Gnostics, left us clues to free ourselves from that hidden programming. Now that you are aware of this, the next step is to discover what gives life to that power. It is a force that they tried to erase from the history books with particular determination. Let's talk about faith as a cosmic law beyond simple belief. Let's talk about a force of pure creation. Forget everything you were taught in school or in church about faith. It's not a humble request or a plea you throw to the sky hoping for an answer. It's a universal law as real and tangible as gravity. In the Gospel of Matthew, under an agnostic reading, Jesus affirms, "If you had faith as small as a mustard seed, you would say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it would move." This is not a poetic metaphor, it's high-level metaphysical physics. The transcript calls this the universal principle. Faith is not about waiting for something to happen, but about knowing that it has already happened. That's why the powerful deliberately distorted it, turning it into blind submission to keep you in a permanent state of weakness. The Hermetists in the Corpus Hermeticum taught that the mind is the cause of everything that exists, and faith is the certainty that shapes that reality. Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, said that the mind's conviction determines a person's destiny. We're not talking about religion, we're talking about vibration. The Gnostics, who were persecuted to death, knew that faith is the hidden code of existence, a specific frequency that connects the visible world with the invisible. But the medieval church made sure to burn that truth because they feared the power it gives to the individual. Think about that. The Cathars were mercilessly massacred for claiming that material reality is a mental illusion and that true faith is what sets us free. They firmly believed that creation begins with absolute certainty, not with doubt. The transcript quotes Eckhart, who was condemned for claiming that the soul unites with God without intermediaries. He saw faith as an indomitable creative force, not as a plea. That is the key they tried to extinguish. Faith is the state of knowing that something already exists even before it can be seen by the physical eyes. And science is finally catching up to that ancient wisdom. Quantum mechanics shows us that reality changes when it is observed. What you hold as true manifests, it will. It will. Carl Jung spoke about synchronicity. What you strongly believe attracts external situations that confirm that belief. The medieval alchemists called this the magisterium, faith as the cornerstone that transforms consciousness, and with it, the entire world. The Sufis, like Al-Hallaj, who was executed for saying, "I am the truth," used faith as a vibration that passes through all planes of existence. In the transcript, we read that the word spoken with absolute certainty has the power to alter the physical world. In the Kabbalistic text, the Zohar states that faith sustains the tree of life. It is the primordial energy of creation. It's not about praying for something that's missing or lacking, but about declaring with all the strength of your soul that it is already yours. But faith alone is not enough. It needs a high-octane fuel. The Rosicrucians wrote that faith is a vibration, and every vibration requires alignment. And it explains that this is not a passive belief, but an active tool of creation. The Templars were persecuted and hunted for mastering this principle, using it to transcend human control. If faith is the law, then what activates it is the next secret, something so visceral that mystics knew it, and tyrants deeply feared it. So do an experiment right now. Close your eyes for a second and feel an absolute certainty that something you intensely desire is already yours. That feeling, that warmth in your chest is the beginning of the power they hid from you. Faith is not a distant divine gift, it's your natural inheritance as a creator. Let's discover what gives life to that force in the next step. We're talking about the fire that ignites manifestation. Feel this, your heart beating strongly, a wave of gratitude rising through your chest, certainty pulsing in your veins. Emotion isn't just a fleeting feeling, it's the fire that gives life to creation. In the transcript, the Corpus Hermeticum says, "What the heart feels intensely, the universe makes real." It's not just mysticism, it's a precise mechanism. The Rosicrucians wrote that thought is the seed, but emotion is the water that nourishes it and makes it sprout. Without it, your intention is just an empty and sterile wish. The Gnostics already knew this millennia ago. In the Gospel of Philip, we read, "That which you feel with your whole being becomes your destiny." They understood that emotion is the direct bridge between your conscious mind and your subconscious, a vibration that speaks directly to the universe. Think of the Sufis dancing in a state of total ecstasy. Rumi said, "What you seek is seeking you, but you only find it if your heart calls for it strongly." Emotion is the soul's cry that reality simply cannot ignore, and modern science confirms it today. The electromagnetic field of your heart is 5,000 times more powerful than that of your brain. The HeartMath Institute has shown that emotions like love and gratitude expand that field, synchronizing you with the world around you. We call these miracles, but in reality, it's pure quantum physics. You're making amazing progress by processing this information. Not just anyone reaches this level of depth without their rational mind trying to sabotage them. I congratulate you on your openness. To seal this knowledge, I invite you to a small act of power. Comment. I choose to awaken if you've made it this far. Feel how, as you write it, you are giving a clear instruction to your reality. The transcription is clear at this point. Intense emotion has the ability to alter the quantum field, bringing into physical existence what was previously only a possibility in the void. The alchemists symbolize this process as the inner fire. Paracelsus recorded in his treatises that burning desire is what gives shape to the philosopher's stone. You must understand that they were not referring to heavy metals. They were talking about transforming your own reality through the flame of elevated emotion. The Templars, in their most guarded rituals, combined mental intention with deep feeling to manifest results that completely defied the control the Church sought to exert over the world. They were fully aware that emotion is the fuel that accelerates creation, and that's precisely why they were so feared by the hierarchies of power. However, there's an important nuance. Not every emotion serves this function. There is a secret hidden in frequency. Important. Not every emotion serves this function. There is a secret kept in the frequency. David Hawkins, in his work on power versus force, managed to measure that love, joy, and gratitude vibrate at very high frequencies, while fear and guilt only generate chaos and disorder in your energy field. The Zohar, that fundamental text of Kabbalah, states, "Whoever lives in joy dwells with the Most High, but whoever lives in sadness remains in the shadow." Try it right now. Bring to your mind a memory of pure happiness and allow that warmth to completely surround you. That is the exact power they tried to hide from you. Elevated emotion is the master key to manifestation. On the other hand, if you let yourself be carried away by negative emotions, the Gnostics warned, whoever feeds fear feeds the walls of their own prison. The transcript even mentions the archons, those forces that are said to feed on the low vibrations of humanity. But the alchemists had the ultimate solution: to transmute rage into passion and sadness into unbreakable determination. It's not about denying what you feel, but about using it as fuel for your creative fire. Cardiac coherence, achieved through deep breathing, aligns your energy so that the universe responds to the warmth of your heart and not to cold thoughts. Since feeling something is real is the key to instant manifestation. Everything in the cosmos is vibration, as Tesla, the alchemist, and the Kybalion claimed. What you perceive as solid matter is actually slow energy shaped by your personal frequency. Each thought and emotion emits a note in this quantum symphony, where experiments like Masaru Emoto's and the double-slit experiment confirm that your observation and internal state, love or fear, dictate whether you attract abundance or chaos. To raise your vibration today, you must watch your mind, use inspiring sounds, and move your body, remembering that a vibrant mind is a free mind that no system can control. Time is an illusion designed to limit you. Great initiates like Giordano Bruno and the Sufi masters knew that everything exists in an eternal hour. By transcending the line of past and future, you access a field of simultaneous possibilities where your future self has already achieved what you desire. Modern science supports this multidimensional view, suggesting that consciousness operates outside of linear time. By quieting the mind and visualizing your desire as a present fact, You bend time to your will, breaking the chains of waiting and reclaiming the power that tyrants tried to bury under the fear of what is to come. Finally, you must understand that you inhabit a holographic reality where you are the projector and the world is the screen. As the Gnostics and physicists like David Bohm taught, matter is condensed light that responds to your intention. If you change your inner world, the external hologram inevitably adjusts. You are not a pawn in someone else's game, but the architect and director of your own movie. The secrets of the Templars and alchemists align. By reclaiming your role as creator, you stop being a victim of the system and begin to redesign your destiny. Visualize with certainty, vibrate in gratitude, and take responsibility. The universe has no choice but to obey the creator who has just awakened within you. If this journey has resonated deep within your being, don't stop here. Knowledge without application is just information, but applied knowledge is mastery. I've created a natural continuation for this message in the video now on screen. There, we explore how to shield your mind against external frequencies that try to dim your light. Click, and let's continue this awakening. See you on the other side.